League of Legends is a notoriously high-stress environment. At any given moment, you are expected to track global objective timers, manage complex ability rotations, and predict the movements of hyper-mobile assassins. This cognitive load often leads to a specific type of fatigue. After several games of getting outplayed by high-mobility kits, many players stop looking for a fair fight and start looking for a way to simply overpower their frustration. Darius serves as the response to that exhaustion. He is built mechanically and aesthetically to turn that player aggression into a relentless forward march. His identity is that of the schoolyard bully, the kind of person who padlocks a backpack to a lunch table just because they can. Success on this champion doesn't come from a master strategy, but from forcing the opponent into a raw test of strength. His mechanical floor is exceptionally low. Playing him is effectively as simple as multiplying by 10. This lack of complexity allows the player to ignore their own inputs and focus entirely on the physical state of their opponent. This suggests that tactical finesse might not be the only way to win a lane. To understand why such a simple kit succeeds, we have to look at how his abilities mathematically punish an opponent for trying to play a standard game. Darius is not designed for instant first damage. His combat philosophy centers on a systematic attrition that uses the enemy's declining health to generate his own momentum. This begins with his passive, Hemorrhage. Every basic attack or ability causes the target to bleed, dealing physical damage over a 5-second window. This graph illustrates the compounding math of that bleed. As the enemy's health drops across 5 possible stacks, Darius gains a 5% movement speed buff for every bleeding champion in his vicinity. While the bleed ticks, Darius uses his Q, Decimate, to sweep his axe in a wide circle. This deals a baseline amount of physical damage to anyone caught in the swing. This radar charge shows the critical spatial trap hidden in that swing. The inner circle deals 70% bonus damage, but striking an opponent with the highlighted outer ring, the tip of the axe, increases that damage to 105%. These mechanics create a catch-22. If the enemy stays in close quarters, the bleed stacks wear them down. If they try to retreat, they move directly into the outer edge of the axe for maximum damage. When an opponent realizes they are losing this trade, their natural instinct is to break away and retreat toward their own tower. Darius negates that retreat with his E, Apprehend. He uses the hook of his axe to catch fleeing targets, violently dragging them back into a cone directly in front of him. This pull provides more than just repositioning. It grants Darius passive armor penetration and briefly provides vision of the area, ensuring the target cannot hide in nearby brush. He immediately follows the pull with his W, Crippling Strike. This attack heavily reduces the enemy's movement and attack speeds, making it nearly impossible for them to fight back or walk away. Watch the countdown timer for that slow in this diagram. For every stack of Hemorrhage on the target, the cooldown of Crippling Strike drops by a full second, allowing Darius to reapply the slow almost immediately in a long fight. By combining a forced pull with a repeating slow, Darius strips away the opponent's ability to choose their own positioning. They are locked into a sustained confrontation where the math is heavily weighted against them. At this stage of the fight, the enemy is usually suffering from maximum bleed stacks, reduced armor, and crippled movement. This sets up the Noxian Guillotine. It is a highly telegraphed aerial execution where Darius leaps into the air to deliver a final, crushing blow. This chart represents true damage, ignoring armor. It steps upward 5 times per Hemorrhage stack. Passing the lethal threshold adds a 20% damage spike. Kills instantly reset the cooldown, shattering the icon's lock so it can be used immediately. In teamfights, this allows Darius to chain these executions. Once the first target falls, he can jump from one enemy to the next, delivering fully powered true damage strikes in rapid succession. Darius replaces tactical depth with the power of the reset. By funneling his entire kit into a single, repeatable execution, he creates a loop that can end a teamfight before the opponents have a chance to coordinate a response.